Well, hello, my wonderful friends. Happy Pride Month. And in honor of Pride Month, for no reason in particular, we're going to be drawing RuPaul's Drag Race. No. We are going to be drawing RuPaul's Drag Race. We're going to be drawing RuPaul's Drag Race drag queens as superheroes. Finally, because they are heroes. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them wear $10,000 dresses. I'm not exactly sure why I thought of this idea. I think I'm in the middle of finishing up some book illustration projects, and I just wanted to do something to kind of warm myself up artistically as like a little exercise. And then I thought that this might be fun to welcome in the June month. And also with the rampant hate towards the trans and drag communities, I just thought it would be nice to do a little bit of a celebratory, fun, silly video in support, because there's nothing wrong with drag queens or trans people or being queer. Keep your ignorant opinions to yourself.
She's got a point.
I said what I said. So with that, I have a little dish filled with names of some of my favorite queens who appeared on the show. And I will admit that I've only recently gotten into Drag Race. For the longest time, I was like, I'm not gonna be one of those gays who watches that show. Like, I can do musical theater, but I'm not gonna be like that gay. Like, that's too much. Anyway, lots of therapy and addressing my internalized homophobia later, and I love the show. Because of course, it's fun. So, we're gonna be choosing 3 names out of here and drawing them as superheroes, and I'm gonna be basing their powers and their costume kind of on their personality. It's gonna be a little bit on the fly. I don't really know how this is gonna turn out. We're just kind of winging it and seeing how it goes. So, I hope that this is fun, and let's begin. So first one we're going to draw is... Come back. No. Is... What's up? My name's Alaska. That's gonna be fun. Name and number 2. We have Bob the Drag Queen. I'm so excited about this. And last, but certainly not least, is Sasha Velour. We got a great lineup. I'm super excited. Let's just get started. I think I know what direction I want to take her in. Because she has such an iconic voice, I think that I'm going to make that her power. She's going to be this very like Jessica Rabbit, Poison Ivy, seductress vibe, but her power comes from her voice. She can either lull you into a sense of ease or like a deep sleep, but then she can pierce you and like melt your brain when she does her iconic. So she has like a 1-2 punch. Now, every good superhero needs an origin story, where they got their powers, why they started to fight crime. And so for Alaska, she was a single, beautiful young girl in the town just trying to make it big in the big city. And she was working late at a club, and she got out, was walking downtown, and it started pouring rain. And she decided to take a turn down a dark alley to get to her apartment quicker, until all of a sudden, out from the shadows, a group of men came to try and harass her. And she, being the delicate, biological woman that she is, didn't know how to fight and defend herself. But suddenly, from nowhere, a violent splash of purple light lit up the alleyway, scaring all of the men. And out from that light came a mysterious witch. Let's call her Willem. And Willem, the witch, offered her the chance to be able to defend herself so that no man would make the mistake of trying to mess with her again. She provided Alaska with this vial of a clear liquid that, when she drank it, unlocked her innate abilities to use her very unique voice, which would then allow her to seduce creepy, disgusting men and lure them into her trap and get rid of them as she needed. A temptress, a seductress, and a mind controller. Alaska is here to save the day and make sure no other young women fall victim to the machinations of the patriarchy. So we just finished Alaska. Here is the final art, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I'm excited about that. This is really fun. I'm actually really glad I did this. I'm going to continue this tomorrow because now I actually have to start my work day, but we will get to the others later in the video. It's the next day. Please excuse my low energy. I am literally just woken up and gotten out of bed, and I'm also trying to keep my voice a little bit low because I don't want to wake my downstairs neighbor. But today we're going to get the day started, and now move to Bob the Drag Queen. For Bob, I am thinking she gives me very like Captain Marvel / Wonder Woman meets Pam Grier vibes. Like, she's definitely like leader of the pack, perhaps has super strength, maybe shoots lasers from her hands, flies. So I think that that's the direction that we're gonna go for. In terms of her outfit, maybe give her like a sexy little body suit. I don't know. I really am just kind of making this up as I go along, so I think I'll just let the sketch unfold. Now for Bob. Bob was a top-notch drag comedian in the New York scene, hitting up clubs, being a smash hit all over town. But she was also battling her own internal struggle, as an arch nemesis of hers was wreaking havoc on her life, an evil, shady scientist by the name of Madison Morphosis. But then one night, one fateful night, Bob was headlining a comedy show. As she was in the middle of her set, she sees the evil scientist stand up from the audience, look directly at her, pointed her ray gun directly at Bob. The weapon was developed to disintegrate objects into individual molecules and shoot them across the galaxy, evaporating them in thin air. With nothing to defend herself, a deer in the headlights, Madison struck Bob down in front of the audience, and her atoms scattered across the cosmos. But much to Bob's surprise, her life didn't end there. Each one of her molecules that traveled across the galaxy within the blink of an eye harbored and garnered the energy of the cosmos inside of them, until one day they found each other, bonding bit by bit, putting Bob back together with all the energy and the power of a sun beating deep inside of her. Now, newly reformed, Bob has vowed to take down the evil Madison Morphosis and keep the streets of her New York City, her home, safe. And here's Bob. Maybe in this form she would be Bob the superhero. I'm feeling really good. I was really worried initially about starting this video because I'm like, oh god, what if everything I make is crap? But so far, I'm really happy. So yeah, I might keep doing this if anybody would want me to. But in the meantime, we shall move on to our third and final victim, Sasha Velour. That's upside down. Sasha Velour. Now, I'm a huge fan of Sasha. I think for this, I'm getting the sense that she's like a high concept art, zany illusionist mixed with mad scientist. Like, take Mysterio from Spider-Man and cross it with Doc from Back to the Future. Like, she throws these really disorienting, zany illusions that just like make you feel out of this world. So I think that's the vibe we're gonna go for, and I might want to play, considering the outfit, play on the like lab coat vibe, but of course make it, you know, more fun and draggy and whatnot. I am excited to see how that will unfold. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. So, alright, let's see how this one turns out. Sasha Velour was a popular up-and-coming drag artist, reaching heights of fame that sent her across the world. She had traveled and embraced art everywhere that she went, but she was always trying to find something deep inside herself. So one day, her travels took her high into the mountains, where she went on a personal retreat for inner enlightenment. And after many weeks of deep meditation, she unlocked the power of her mind, the ability to transcend this world and produce mind-blowing illusions and project them onto others. This gift, combined with her creative streak and zany art aesthetic, she advocates and fights for young queer people, all with a sense of artistic style and panache. So we're back, and this is the final art for Sasha Velour's look. This was a lot of fun. What do you think? Do you agree with the powers and backstories I've assigned each of our contestants today? If I did this in the future, would there be a queen that you would like? And what powers would you imagine that she would have? But yeah, in the meantime, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and have a good rest of your day. Bye for now.